Alright, what's up, guys? It's been a few days, but welcome back to the Freak Show. We're back here with episode 25. Of course, I'm your boy Cyrex. And, like I said, it's been a few days. Sorry to. Basically, I just came into some delays, Really, I'll keep it G. I just got caught up with a couple other things and, trying to get songs organized. Plus, I didn't even know what to talk about, honestly. Usually I just get a little lit and I just start talking. But today I kind of have a couple planned topics. I know that's not a common thing on the show, but there's a couple things I do want to talk about. First thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'll tell you what, we'll just start the discussion over here. Now, I'm recording this episode live and direct in my bedroom. Actually, I'm on my bed. It is the early morning of Saturday, September 9th. So, what's it called? It's actually 5 in the morning now. Jeez. So, yeah, I'm up hella late. Hella late. So, let's take a look here. Alright. So, at this time, basically, my state of Florida is in the pathway of Hurricane Irma. Now, Hurricane Irma is it's a very powerful hurricane, and I actually haven't taken a look in a couple hours to see whether it came back. I believe it did come back, though, last we checked, to a Category 5. Now, this is a storm system that dwarfs Hurricane Andrew in size. Now, Hurricane Andrew has been a very common point of conversation when talking about this hurricane, of course, because this is the last recorded hurricane to really lay some devastation to Florida. Now, this, of course, was in 1992. For those of you who do not know, I wasn't around here. I wasn't even born yet. I was actually in the womb. My mother was pregnant with me while Andrew came, but we weren't even in Florida yet. We were actually still, she and my dad were still in New York City. So I was in the womb, and Leanne was, I guess, a thought. She was just the daughter that my mom so badly wanted to have, basically. So yeah. Now, basically, for this little topic here, I just want to go over some of the hurricanes that have come through and have lain at least a little waste. So let's take a look here. So while I look this stuff up, I just want to go off top by saying that the last truly major hurricane that I can recall was Hurricane Wilma back in 2005. Now, '05 was a pretty crazy hurricane season. It's mostly known for the name that's been since retired, of course, Hurricane Katrina. which did lay serious weight, not even lay waste, it destroyed the city of New Orleans and, displaced a lot of people, took quite a few lives, and rendered a lot of people, I mean, beyond homeless. They were basically cityless, regionless, like, destroyed a lot of people's lives. Um, Now, when it hit Florida, it was only a Category 1. So, as far as people down here, southernmost point of these United States of America, now we got wind and rain, but again, Category 1 stuff. So, we're talking about people lost power for a split second, for anywhere between a split second to a few hours. I was fortunate enough to be in that split second group. Had some friends, who called me not long after who were in that few hours group, and they had called me during or at the very beginning of those couple hours. So, people, like I said, people down here did lose power, but Hurricane Katrina was basically, it came through, it took power for a couple hours, and then it was out of sight, out of mind. And that was something that I know for a fact that a lot of people here saw as a blessing, until it got into the Gulf of Mexico. And that hot water, it picked up way more steam, re-strengthened, because it wasn't a hurricane, and it wasn't a Category 1 before it got here. In fact, I believe, matter of fact, I can just look this up here. Let's see. Alright, so... yeah, definitely did peak at intensity in the Gulf of Mexico. But as far as the trajectory, do we have a key here? Alright, so it did go through the Bahamas. Wait a second. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Yeah, so it went through the Bahamas, and then it went through South Florida. So we're talking basically, well, we got that, that weak shit. It looked like even Southwest Florida got something a little stronger than we did. I don't remember hearing too much about that, I'll admit, but then it went into the Gulf of Mexico, and it had a pretty steady trajectory of just, a full-on curve. And that curve really seemed to, it went along with the current of the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, did do a lot to strengthen it. And, well, as far as, as far as that goes, that was essentially all she wrote for the city of New Orleans. We all heard about everything going on there. I remember, us having a telethon and everything. Considering New Orleans's massive African American population, that did lead Kanye West to be on the telethon right next to Mike Myers, saying George Bush doesn't care about black people. And I remember Mike Myers standing next to him, trying not to appear mortified, but he obviously was. Then they cut right to Chris Tucker, and you could tell Chris Tucker was just like, damn, brother. Yeah, I know, but damn, brother, I wasn't expecting that. I thought you was gonna talk to one of us, before you did this. But I get it. So it's just one of those things where you just had to speak your mind, and that's going to be something that we revisit in the next topic. But we're barely into this topic, so let's see. Now, like I said, Katrina was nothing special in Florida. She really picked up her stride in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's a truly unfortunate situation, and that also did expose a lot. Well, I mean, I don't think it exposed anything, but it certainly led much of the country to call out FEMA for its, the federal, I believe it's Federal Emergency Management Association. I believe that's what it stands for. I don't feel like looking that up right now. Whoever wants to look it up, put it in the comment section. So that led to that whole debacle with that, and now I don't know that the city has recovered all the way yet. Definitely seems livable though, from what I've been told. And I don't remember too much else from '05, but I do remember apparently Dennis and Emily were very, what's it called? They were serious hurricanes, basically. Let me see if. Yeah, it seems like Dennis went. It came kind of underhanded through the Atlantic, and it looks like it swept by Jamaica, and through Cuba, and then wow, it went quite a ways up into the country. Goodness. Yo. That is insane. It went up through the country. Then we had Emily that hit the Yucatan Peninsula, Acapulco and whatnot. Went to Mexico. Didn't seem like it hit any major. It may have hit Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, okay, it's saying Guyana. The Windward Island is in Leeward Antilles. I'm not familiar with that, but I guess it checks out. It says Española was affected, and Jamaica and Cuba. I guess by the rain, by the outer rings. But I don't remember Hurricane Emily. So, anybody who remembers Hurricane Dennis and Emily from 2005, please leave a comment, because I don't remember. Now, what I do remember was Rita. Rita left us with some rain, quite a bit of rain, and I believe Rita became it became a tornado. I believe that's what happened. But wait. So it was Category 5. Yeah, it went through the Gulf too. Huh. But it does appear to have hit. It looks like it went toward Louisiana, and Rita was after Katrina. Yep, Category 3 when it approached the Johnson Bayou and Sabine Pass. But, apparently after only 12 hours on land, only. After 12 hours on land, Rita got progressively weaker pretty quickly to a category 3. Now, the big one that I remember was Wilma. The most intense tropical cyclone ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin, as well as the most intense recorded in the Western Hemisphere until Hurricane Patricia. This is what I'm reading now. Now, as of course you know, as we, I'm sure we know, Hurricane. If you really look at like pictures of Hurricane Andrew itself wasn't that like that crazy a storm. It's just where it went and what it did. That's what got people all the way fucked up, because it's just like how a big muscular person can just go somewhere, and we associate big muscular people with like being goons, but you're a big muscular person and don't you just don't kick people's ass here. That's the type of category 5 that doesn't really lay waste. But then you're this skinny person, real skinny person, real skinny. But then you're constantly getting into fights, constantly whipping people's ass, constantly provoking people, and then throwing them on the ground and shit like that. So that's basically the equivalent of Hurricane Andrew. It wasn't a particularly large in diameter hurricane, but I mean, it got its chance to destroy southern Miami-Dade County. Absolutely destroy it. Much of that was, of course, rebuilt after, if not all of it. But, I'm sure the people here were never the same. And again, I'm just speaking off of what, people have told me over the years. I don't think that people have told me, that people have given me like great accounts, especially in more recent years. Because we haven't really taken, the hurricane threat. I guess I don't want to say less with them. I don't want to say we're taking it less seriously, because I don't think that's the case. But '05 was a really fucked up season. I mean, we got all the way to W. Maybe I'm just not keeping up with hurricanes, but I cannot remember the last hurricane that did that. We had Matthew last year. That was the big one to worry about. Matthew actually, Alorica was actually able to, I don't even know about actually able, but, you were able to not be there, as long as you, call in, just as to remain safe and be with your family and, have and get supplies and the such. I'm gonna keep it 100 real quick. I am kind of lit. I'm actually pretty lit right now, and I actually straight up, I guess I started to daydream something. And I guess my conversation almost faded into that. Then I snapped back awake. I'm like, wait, what's happening right now? And the recording was still going. So yeah, be grateful that you didn't have to hear me potentially snore on the episode. That would be shitty. I do not want that. I want you guys to be entirely awake and aware and there. So, as far as... yeah, that's right. I was getting into Wilma. So, yeah. Wilma is a testament to the fact that it does not matter if you are the most intense hurricane. What matters is what you get onto land and do. So Rita didn't do much over here. I guess she did way more up northwest, in Louisiana, in Tennessee, etc. But see, Wilma with her, being the most intense Atlantic hurricane, Atlantic tropical cyclone, whatever you want to call it. There was all this size and power to it, and it was able to flood the streets, it was able to flood walkways, and it was also able to knock out power for several days. Alright guys, so I'm back to this. Basically, what I've done here is created a before and after effect. So, before this, I was basically talking about, this was the morning of the 9th, so, this was before the storm came around. And here's the after. It is the morning of September 11th, 2017. And we have been without power for about 24 hours. Now, obviously the storm has came and appeared to have gone. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not in full belief that it's fully gone. I'm not really gonna believe it's gone until it's really truly out of this area. But, I haven't been able to see a weather report in that amount of time either. Signal has gone and come, and gone right back out. FPL seems to still have power, but it appears that they're withholding it at the moment. I was able to charge my phone because we do have a couple of portable chargers. So we're okay on that regard. And, Irma's kind of laying a little bit of waste to the area. I've looked outside and it appears that a couple of the parking spots, they got some debris in them. Actually, quite a bit of debris in them. I'm gonna go outside in just a few, and I guess do a little survey of the area and report back to you guys. But yeah, it's not been a particularly pretty time. We basically spent much of yesterday dealing with, whistling winds would be an understatement. We're talking about a fucking full orchestra of winds. Also some, a couple significantly large trees falling. It appears that one fell on the CRV. We're going to take a look in just a few, like I mentioned. As far as, let me share a couple of reports with you guys. By the time that I post this, you'll probably have already seen them. As far as this goes, this storm is supposed to have been much more severe than Hurricane Andrew, and to the point that I was seeing updates. It was like the reporters who were actually on site were already ankle deep. You could only see up to their ankles. You could only see up to their pants anyway. I'm kind of just waking up. It is about 7:49 a.m. This is just at the moment I'm saying this. Of course, I did begin this, like I said, about 48 hours ago. So this will be the first episode that does run in production across a weekend. Or I guess in actual production of itself. But I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and go outside and file an on-site report. File an on-site report. So give me just a few and I'll have some more material for you. Alright, so I'm outside now, guys, and wow. To say it's a devastation would definitely be a lie. But, things that I did not think were entirely possible are going on right now. In fact,
Wow, some of the ground, it seems like they laid some serious turf or something like that. But, oh no, it's just roots. Wow. One tree has fallen on a house and it took its roots with it, lifting all of the grass that was connected to it. Now that is something else. Needless to say, that's not the only tree that's gone down. Some shrubbery in front of my house has gone down. I already mentioned the tree that appears to have taken out the CRV, but it seems like no more damage than the trunk window has been done. I'll confirm that in just a moment. I'm here with Coco. He's actually able to walk through the grass, and I'm sure you can hear Missy in the background because she doesn't shut up. Okay, so I see somebody opening up their shutters. I see some garages open. Somebody's actually trying to spray off her driveway. I gotta applaud the resilience, but that probably wouldn't be me right away. I'm in no hurry to do a damn thing. I'll keep it G with you. No hurry to do a damn thing. So let's see. Wow. So one of the street signs was bent. It's been knocked out of place slightly, but the one of the markers on the street sign has completely blown off. So it seems like we may not be able to fully tell what exactly is 118th. But whoa, fence went down. No fucking way. Some fence went down. Coco, come see this. Coco, come here, come see this. Some fence went down, y'all. And I'm going to take a look, try to see how far this goes. Okay, it doesn't go particularly far. It seems to only be across the back of one house. Whew. Now, all I had for, defense was tape on the windows. It seems like that definitely served enough of a purpose. But, wow, lots of shrubbery. The amount of greenery that's just around, that's just been thrown around. A palm tree has entirely fallen down. And, just like that tree from before, been lifted by its roots and fallen down, making it impossible to drive immediately past it without going into the remaining water. Luckily, given the drainage project that this community has done, cutting through a lot of the streets, cutting thin lines into a lot of the streets to, it certainly doesn't prevent flooding, but it doesn't last days like it used to. So while there is still quite a bit of rain, totaled on some of the streets. Oh, god damn it, now everybody's got their dogs out. This is what I hate about walking my dogs in the morning, and really just about any time when other people are walking their dogs, is the fact that I guess we're gonna have to muscle through it, right, Coco? And you're probably too wet for me to want to pick you up now. So we're gonna hear a little bit from the people now, just a little bit. I'm probably not gonna ask direct questions, but whew. How you guys doing? Definitely faring better than this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Another palm tree back there, same thing, and some fence went down. So I'm gonna also be going around taking a few pictures of what's gone on over here, and I'm definitely gonna traverse some more of the neighborhood, see what I can see over here. Oh, goodness. Branches everywhere, twigs and leaves everywhere. Trees down. Homes damaged. This is the aftermath of Hurricane Irma, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're probably just going to stay on Irma for the remainder of the episode. And, I'll definitely eat up the rest of the... No, Coco, we can't go through there right now. Yeah, we got to go this way. Be careful. Be very, very careful. I can't even go in my house the regular way right now. I gotta go, underneath. Look at you, Coco. I only look back once. Lack of gratitude. I feed you, man. I walk for you almost every damn day.
Excuse me?
No, I was talking to him. So, let's see. Back in the house now. Gonna give a little bit more coverage in just a few moments. Y'all, this is crazy.
You know what I wanted? A new fence. You know what I'm not getting? A new fence. This shit is intact.
Oh.
I went there and I wiggled it. Everybody else gets a new fence, but not me.
I'm sure we don't either, but...
I drove around the whole neighborhood.
Yo, I am actually having to go over a tree right now. I had to... One more time? Huh?
The one that saps on people's things is still standing.
Oh, this one? Alright, seems like most of the sap trees are down. Y'all, I had to literally just go over a tree like it was a damn teeter-totter or something. This is insane. Looks like this street I'm looking at over here, which is... Oh, except for power, fantastically. My goodness.
That back tree almost came through our window, but it didn't.
So we have some cars still able to get through, but it appears that now the neighborhood has been effectively divided in half, or not even half, more like 3/4 and 1/4 by one of the...
Damn.
Wow. By one of the trees. This is the tree that I just went over, and it seems like a white car in the distance has been partially crushed by another tree. Looks like just the back though.
That shit fell straight down.
I think what happened with the CRV is that by that point the tree had probably lost all of its momentum.
That was a small ass tree.
Well, yeah, but I mean, had it come straight down, it would have laid some punishment anyway. I mean, it's not like they're Pokemon.
A tornado came through?
One more time for the people.
The tornado that was supposed to come, it came right towards us, 100 and 117 Avenue.
Goodness.
So that's why all this is like that. But we got a 3. We got a category 3.
Yeah.
It was not a category 1.
No, of course not. Oh, you mean the tornado?
No, the hurricane was a 3.
Yeah, it was a 3 by the time it got here. How you doing?
When that car moves, look.
Oh, honey.
Yeah,
It's on the car.
it's on it. By the way, y'all, I mean, if it wasn't obvious, you will hear a mix of voices throughout this part of the episode. You're gonna get some of my mom, you're gonna get some of Delano, and some of the neighbors. Whew.
Why is it only the fucking sappy motherfucking trees are standing? All of those
Them things old.
gone.
Them things old and resilient.
Those are old. Look how big that tree is compared to these sappy motherfuckers.
Oh. I guess they're just sturdier then? I don't know. I'm not a botanist. Whoa, fence number 3 that is gone. And this one just came clean off. It doesn't look like there's any... Yeah, it looks like these...
Might have cut the tree out or whatever and took it down already. I don't know.
Maybe. Because it looks too clean. How y'all doing? Oh, jeez. Wow, uprooted.
That shit.
Y'all would not believe me unless you saw it. This is insane. I honestly don't even know what to say that I have not said already. We are approaching the car that has been oh, poor little Honda Accord. Wow. This is an old tree. It didn't even bring its roots. It didn't even bring that many of its roots with it. This tree has left behind many of its roots and crushed this Accord. And it looks like it had a little impact on the gray car next to it too. Quite a few branches on it. It looks like it was quite an old tree. And again, creating another division in the neighborhood. Needless to say, cars are not having an easy time getting out. It seems like a few are having a pretty easy time getting in. And I guess we'll see. Let's take a look over here. I'm gonna take a few more pictures with this. Yeah, we cannot write this shit. I can tell you that much. Oh my, and here we see fence number 4, again, clean off,
Like
along with numerous tree branches that have snapped off as well.
because it's elastic, it's like a little tree. It has no real give. It has no give, honey. It just bends with the wind. It didn't have the cam. Took out the stop sign. The stop sign got pulled out.
That's what I'm saying. One of the street signs was bent out. It stayed there, but the 118 marker came off.
How the hell did they get around it? Unless they...
There's enough space.
No, not there.
Oh.
Because I saw them back there. So I don't know if they were coming this way. You can even walk. They got a drive. They can't just walk. What's the next one? This person was like, I'm sitting in my car to get some AC. Fuck it. Ain't no power.
Did you hear what the neighbor said? She's too refined for this. No hurricane. She's gonna be sleep. If we see her sleeping in her car.
I mean, she got the right idea. Y'all, it does not get any better. We're seeing one that's not only, wow, it fell in it and still dripped all its sap. Goodness. Okay, so we got a Forester and a Civic
But the
crushed.
Civic looks okay. The Civic doesn't look crushed, actually. The Civic looks like it's
This single tree has pulled a 2 birds, 1 stone and still uprooted. Wow, uprooted and shoved over to make it look like it almost fits like a puzzle. No, not even.
So
My goodness.
we got
Absolutely.
that
Pun.
shit.
Alright, so seems like my homie Goriga's house was unharmed. I'm guessing they oh wait, that's right. I'm pretty sure I had seen based on his based on his posts that they had gotten the hell out of here. Oh. Good morning. Alright, seems like it's fairly easy to traverse from the circle into the first few cul-de-sacs. Wow, we already got somebody trying to get in there cutting. I mean, what, did it split off or something?
It's going around, so.
Ooh-wee.
Well, I have AT&T and I can reach some people, but not like, say, my parents. I can't reach everybody. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
My goodness, y'all.
Thank God I've been okay. Come on, Coda.
Lots of trees down. Lots of blockage. People are still able to get through, but it seems like, wow, even the circle is partially blocked off. Okay, I guess they can get through through that little sliver, but can they get around? Oh, and he made it. Okay. I guess they must have cleared that, because I have every bit of doubt in me that Mother Nature would have just left that path in there, like, hey, just get through. Wow, this path is lined up like a grass-type Pokemon gym. Hoo-wee. Like I said, yo, you cannot write this shit. Now, I will maintain this is not quite the level of devastation that even Wilma left behind. But, I mean, I can only give you perspective from right here in the neighborhood. And we see fence number 5 clean off. Or, partially clean off anyway. Wow. 5.5, we'll call it. Oh no, that's an open door.
I have no service. Stay where you are.
All right, it seems like Delano has found a sliver of service. So the episode may be cutting off briefly to see what we can make of that.
I have no service though.
Started over here.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
All right, y'all, it came and went.
It comes and goes. Yeah, it comes and it goes. Oh, I don't even want to. Hi. I'll say hi from far, okay? You're really cute, but I don't want to get that close. What's his name? Cujo? ¿Cómo se llama? Hodge.
Hodge.
¿Te acuerdas la película Cujo? Un monstruo.
Is she saying Cujo?
Ese
Isn't Cujo part of the Goody Mob? That's the only Cujo I know.
Lo dejó vivo, no sé ni cómo. Ya. So, no soy muy amiga de. No, con perros.
All right, we see somebody in the pickup using the circle in reverse.
No, sí, sí, así están los de nosotros.
My goodness.
Sí, estaban adentro tanto tiempo. Pero tiene un.
Yo, this is really something out here. I was thinking of cutting the episode at about double the length that the the pre-storm portion was, but I think I'm just gonna keep this going, or at least keep adding to this while there are still updates. This man is seriously driving with a cigarette box on his windshield, and wiped, and it went up and came back down, and he didn't appear to notice. Maybe he's being sponsored by Marlboro. As you know, these episodes are sponsored by nobody at all. My goodness. Holy! Seems like this portion, a far portion, has been cut off by a few trees. Looks like at least 2 trees there that have snapped and created complete blockage of that part of the road.
No sabíamos si era 3 o 4 o 5.
There's a part of the fence that's not there anymore. Is missing.
Yeah, this one is not the case though. This one is just the door open.
Like, we don't know where it went. Because I don't see it anywhere close by.
Oh, never mind.
Esa es la
Well, I mean, he was already outside, so he may have taken them all in.
esa mata y después se cayó otra detrás de esa, al lado de esa.
This is insane.
Sí, a mi vecina le cayeron 2.
Wow. So this is a detail that I left out from before. I guess I'm not noticing it till now. The tree that I had to scale over slightly. The roots had essentially fused with part of the fence. And the roots are what took the fence with it. And is this a single home or just 2 homes that they took from? All right, it appears that it was a single home. Wow, and it may have taken a little pod with it that, oh no, it just took one of those power. What did it take with it? Takes one of those clean boxes. Do y'all know what that does? If you know what that does, comments on it. I don't know. Y'all, this is seriously insane. And of course, there are still minor parts that have like a flood, so creating little ponds and puddles. I'm sure frogs and mosquitoes are going to thrive in this environment. Come on, you got it. Put your phone in your pocket then. I did this with my phone in my hand.
I did it before. I guess I didn't have my phone.
Oh, goodness. There ain't no way to get to this side, y'all. So at the very least, two blockages are immediately next to each other. So, and there's no cars in between. So this is essentially the same piece of blockage. I've yet to see any blockage that completely boxes somebody in or boxes somebody out, but I'm sure across the neighborhood there is some of that. We basically did like a mini tour. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys a little bit more material to go off of. The power is still out. It is 8:33 in the morning. And I guess I'll get back to you guys in a few. Alright, so we're taking a look at the other entrance right now, and and it seems like the other entrance is entirely free of blockage. It seems like the cul-de-sacs near it can also get in and out. So, oh, more fence. Oh, never mind. That's just a door. Oh my goodness. But Javon, tell us what you were saying just now about what you were talking about Wilma.
With Wilma, I do recall that it was about 3 to 4 weeks for some people in North Miami to get power back. Where we were, I was by Dadeland Mall and was lucky to get power back after 2.5, 3 days. But it's going to be a struggle for a lot of people because it's approximately 5 to 6 million people without power. And that's definitely not a good situation overall.
Not at all. All right, so there is some flooding of the streets still on one of the cul-de-sacs. Seems like the only way out is to drive, but there's no blockage despite the looks like 2 trees that's come down, or it might be just one that the biggest branch. Oh no, that's just one big branch. Yeah, is this one? All right, definitely some more fence just down. Looks like this fence was like, it wasn't trying to give up. Y'all, this is something else. So we certainly are fortunate to be, or to have this be the first truly major storm to hit this area since Wilma. It feels like, because I mean, I still don't remember the name of the storm 2 years ago, but that only produced flooding for 3 days. It certainly wasn't a power concern nor a wind concern, really. Ooh-wee. First cul-de-sac that you see. This first cul-de-sac that you see when you come in the small entrance. There is debris all over the place. It looks like one of these. What are these boxes?
Power.
Wow. Okay. So a power box was just taken out, all the way out. Looks like it came out with the branches that were most adjacent to it. Somebody's driveway is covered. My goodness. But again, we are able to get in and out of the community with ease. Yeah, I mean, this time yesterday, no, not even this time yesterday, just sometime during the day yesterday, we're talking about full flooding of the streets, ankle deep. It was like, I don't even know what to compare it to, but it was no less than ankle deep. We're talking about had you walked one of your pets in that, they would have drowned, guaranteed. All right, what? Y'all, we got an unforeseen development here. Some concrete has actually been torn out of place by the storm and the tornado, uprooting many of the trees. This is crazy. All right, so it looks like it's about just half a square worth, but the square right next to it's torn in half too, as are the next few. Yeah. A straight route running through where the concrete is supposed to be.
That wall saved them.
Yep.
That wall saved them.
Yeah, and it looks like the tree on which the concrete wall on which the tree was supposed to fall on definitely saved it from destroying one of the houses here, because that definitely would have been, oof, I would have been bad. It's looking like this is the worst of its kind on this block anyway. People, as you can hear, are driving by without trouble generally. Everybody's going about the speed limit.
And soon without gas.
Very true. Very true. I mean, of course, without power, without service, we don't know what's going on with these gas stations. I mean, the most that people, I mean, anybody's advanced car, you know, the advanced features are pretty useless right now. The Wi-Fi and the calling and the such. Satellite's still in place. I don't know if that rust was there before, but if it wasn't,
It's going to get a lot of providers over the next few months. Subscribers.
I mean, if they can even get some kind of service there. I got kind of faked out yesterday because I was watching a movie on Facebook. I had started before the storm got here, and I was like, you know, I have half an hour left of the movie. I was too tired to keep watching. So then I open it up, and it like immediately starts going. I'm like, oh, whoa! I guess it loaded all the way. It only went for like a few seconds.
Yeah. It was better than the fake out. Maybe it's been better than the fake out that we had. I'm sitting there laying on the bed playing Scrabble. Next thing you know, the power comes on, fans come on.
For like a split second.
For like half a second.
Yeah, we got that too.
Oh, great.
That was like hours later.
That's beautiful. Thanks for the tease.
So that's what I'm saying. They're capable of doing it. Right, that's what makes me maintain the belief that they're capable of doing it anyway.
They were. May not be anymore.
True.
Otherwise, it would have probably stayed on.
Or it would have come back by now.
Come back
That's
by now.
true.
So, and that's one of the good things about where I stayed at before. I stayed, within the realm of multi-millionaires. So you have
Exactly.
like
They got it. They got to have their power.
So we're gonna get your power back on, sir. Now. So I was like, thank you, for giving me power back tonight. $17,000 a year job having Christians. I appreciate that.
Versus here, it's like, what? I can't hear you over these other millionaires needing their power back. How's it going?
Everything good? Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
No major damage. Interesting stuff going on the main street there. There is? Yes, sir. Not too bad, but there's one house really.
Hey, one thing I'm happy to report, y'all, is that the people look okay, the pets look okay, the organisms, the things that matter, people that matter. That's what looks okay. So it's only a matter of this power coming back, and everybody's gonna be able to communicate with each other. You know, I haven't been able to chat with my girl Elsie. We haven't really been able to have a conversation in about 36 hours by now. But no, not 36, but more than 24 for sure. But within that time, when the services came and gone, I've at least been able to receive, retroactive messages or retrograde. I've been able to get the messages. I've been able to retroactively receive messages. There it is. Let me take a look here. Am I actually getting? Okay, I've still got no service over here. Oh, okay. Looks like one of my neighbors got service. Shrubbery, trees. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is something else. I know I've said that like 3-4 times already, but still. Ooh, no. Ow! Ow, freak. Ow. something. Ow. Ooh. Oh, ow. Ow. Ow, my finger is pink now. We're gonna cut this off right now. We're gonna get back to you in just a moment. Oh wow, ow. Alright guys, sorry for cutting off the recording like that. I was stung by something or bitten by something. I'm not entirely sure what it was. You know, first chance I got, I put some rubbing alcohol on it. You know, it feels okay now. I guess it was just a minor defense mechanism that whatever that insect was had. That's why I don't like bugs, y'all, and probably never will. For all the times that in this place, at least the less traversed by human parts of this place look like a bug type gym, this is the one time that we're looking more like a grass type gym. So I guess I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more here for now, and I guess if something starts to happen, we're going to see how this episode gets uploaded. It is 9:10 a.m. now. Seems like the best way to get out is using the neighbor's side. Wow, that tree's been uprooted. I gotta admit, I kind of expected pandemonium over here. I expected pandemonium, and this is not at all what I got. Y'all, I really gotta say the resilience in this neighborhood is something else. Truly something else. I mean, people are seriously cleaning up like right away. I'm just amazed. I'm just saying, you wouldn't catch my ass cleaning for a little bit, you know? Whew. Hey, but I mean, the damage was certainly not minimal, but certainly not maximal either. You know, as these things go, I'd say we were all pretty lucky. The little kind of sense of community that we got going on here definitely proved fruitful, to say the least. You know, and our house wasn't even boarded up. You know, we had the boards. I'll be showing you guys the boards on the on the windows, not on the windows, on the glass door in the back patio, but the windows were not boarded up. And to be honest, they still aren't. In fact, the most that I did on my windows was simply tape them. No more than tape on the windows, and we made it through essentially unscathed. Like I was saying before, what the stuff that really, really matters here, made it all through. You know, I don't, I do feel sorry for the people who have lost vehicles and lost parts of their home in this, and I especially, sympathize with the people, or empathize with the people who have lost more, because one thing I can definitely say is that this area certainly is not the example for what has gone on here. Not at all. In fact, I'm sure you all have seen the warnings concerning Fort Lauderdale. No, I haven't. Concerning Fort Lauderdale, concerning Miami Beach, concerning, basically coastal parts of the county. And that's just talking about South Florida. Irma's still going, and she's still going up the Gulf Coast. So the threat is certainly not over. We've already seen what's happened in the Caribbean. We're talking about 6 million people. No, I haven't. We're talking about 6 million people without power, at least. And that seems to be in Dade County alone. Or wait, that's not possible. It seems to be in just, I guess, Florida total so far. We'll see though.
Alright guys, so just wanted to follow up. We did receive power back just about 4 hours maybe after I did that part of the episode. Came back around 2 maybe, yeah, I think it was 2ish. We had the time the whole time, but that was kind of useless to us. But yeah, we did get power back. As I stated before, there wasn't really any damage to our property, nor to much of the neighbors that we actually, mix with, I guess, mingle with, rock with, But this is only from our own perspective, and here in my backyard. It's not exactly a representation of how it's been for the rest of Miami. And I would definitely like your perspective, or not even the rest of Miami, the rest of the world that's experienced, the rest of the Atlantic world that's experienced this hurricane, experiences hurricanes generally. So, I would like to have you guys in the comment box. Just tell me what you've seen, what you've heard, and what you've experienced. I'm gonna go ahead and basically top off the week with a song release. I'm gonna drop a new song for you guys. It's a song that I've been working on, a song that's very special, and basically it's gonna have good vibes for these trying times. So look out for that. Remember the SoundCloud, CyrexMC. Remember the Instagram and Twitter, CyrexMC. Facebook, YouTube. I got my little Hurricane Freestyle series. We got part 10 coming in just a few hours. And they're filmed on the spot. They're shot on the spot. I do them on the spot, so just be sure to look out for that. Be sure to show love. Be sure to be out there. Follow me on all the social media. Follow me everywhere. And that's really it. That's the Freak Show episode 25. I'm your boy Cyrex. Have a good weekend.